Good morning, YouTube. We're out here again at the flying field. Another Friday morning. It's cold. Not very many clouds, but we did get some snow over the weekend. Spin you around there, or over the past week, I should say. A lot of the lower elevation is melted, but we had a week of just rain, snow, and wind, so I was hoping I'd get some snow to fly off of, but no luck. Speaking of no luck, got the Bushmule out, Bushmule V2, all set up with the reverse thrust and differential thrust and all that good stuff. And yeah, you can call me a dummy, because guess what I forgot to bring with it? That's right, the wings. Kind of hard to fly without wings. So I do have a couple other birds with me, but I'm going to show you just a little bit of the ground handling with the differential thrust and everything. So when I get done flying the other two, I may, if the wind hasn't picked up, I may still go home and grab the wings and come back out and get some flight videos with all this stuff. But for now, we're just going to have to make do with a little bit of ground handling, I guess. So stay tuned. We'll get that going. I can't do a surface test on elevators. The rudder working. I remember I set that up. Set that up on the G switch. So right now, in the 2 position, there should be no throttle. None. So now I'm going to go to the 1 position. And now I should have even throttle. And now I flip my H towards me.
Braking.
Get that away from the Ranger. And I go back forward. This is normal ground handling with the motor spinning at the same speed. Alright, now we are going to go to the 0 position. Now I have differential thrust. Go full right rudder. Everything's turning around a lot tighter space. Look at that. Alright, we're going to go back to the equal throttle. And reverse thrust in equal throttle. Which I think is going to work really well, because those motors have a lot of power. Alright, like I said, maybe when I get done flying the other planes, I'll go home and grab the wings, bring them back out. I feel like a dummy because I left them at home, sitting right next to the door too. So that's on me. So I think we'll pause this for now, and if I go back and get them, I will just add that video onto this video. But at this moment, I am going to pause and get the big Ranger up in the air, the FMS 1800mm Ranger. Been sitting in the back of my flight room for quite a while, And every time I decide what planes I'm going to take out this weekend, I look at it, and yesterday I said, you're coming with me. So that's what's next. Alright folks, thanks for watching. We'll get something in the air. Alright folks, I ran home and got the wings. Yeah, I was a dummy. I left them by the door. But we got the wings. So guess what's going to fly? Yep, Bushmule. We're going to test out all them goodies. Make sure everything's working like it should be. And you'll see the results. So stay with me. We're going to get this thing up in the air in just a minute. Plug it in and initialize it. Like it's all ready to go. Running a 4S 3300. It's pushed up pretty much up to the front of that tray, that fiberglass tray. Stabilization is all working. All right. It's time. Vader, rudder. Remember, I got everything tied on that G-switch. So right now I have 0 throttle. I'm going to go to the normal throttle position, which is position 1. And I have both throttles working together. And position 0 will now have differential. So let's get her out there, get her lined up, and we'll take off in the regular throttle. But let's taxi out with differential. And we'll take off in normal thrust. One click of flaps. This is also the first flight with this new receiver. So we'll just put it around, make sure trim's all good. But all the trims are stored in the radio, not the receiver for the lemons. So let's get her in the air. Flaps up. And throttle back to a little over half. Turn my gains down a little on my knob. It looked like I had a little oscillation. Turn that down a little more. A weird little oscillation right there. I don't think it's the wind because the wind is hardly blowing. That oscillation goes away with throttle. That's unusual. Usually gets worse with throttle. Alright, let's get her on the ground and let's look at something. Woo! Stopped on a dime. Alright, let me get a look at my gains. Let's turn those gains down. Let's go about 70%. And let's try that again. Alright, let's turn them down a little more. Still getting a little oscillation. Alright, we're going to bring her around, get her straight, and I'm going to fly in differential thrust. Oof, something is off there. One ESC, and I had them calibrated together. I don't know what kind of damage I got. I'm going to have to bring that back around and land. But you saw what happened there. One ESC took over and just took off, and they have the exact same trim. Yeah, bent my nose wheel. Doggone it. So I'm not sure what happened there, but we're going to reset that and we're going to try again. How about that?